What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for life, coming at you on YouTube. And today I've got another edition of The Drive-In, where I watch recently released films and tell you guys whether they're worth watching, worth waiting for, or worth skipping altogether. Today I've got another late 2020 release. I think this was released in about October of 2020 via Shudder. It is a Shudder exclusive film that I got a chance to see over around Halloween time, and sadly, with everything going on with football season, getting all the football videos done, all the acting videos that I was shooting, I did not get the chance to review this film at the time of its release. Sadly, I saw it quite a while ago, and I'm trying to do this review in retrospect, but this is one of those films that really deserves being talked about. It's one of those films that was under the radar. You guys heard about it in my top 10 horror of 2020 review, in which this came in, I believe, the top 5 or 6 films of the entire year last year. And this channel, and especially my drive-in feature, is all about featuring films that you otherwise might not have heard of, getting more recognition for the upper echelon indie films and stuff like that that otherwise you wouldn't know about. This film I'm talking about is 2020's Anything for Jackson. Anything for Jackson, I think, came in 6th this year, and my top 10 list, in most other years it would have been a little bit higher. This film is incredibly underrated, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, this review will be spoiler-free, mostly because it's a new film, but also because I watched it several months ago, so I have some of the details kind of lost on me a little bit, but I want to bring you guys up to date on Anything for Jackson, spoiler-free, because this movie is very much worth watching. This film was directed by Justin, either Dick or Dyke. I hate to do this guy a disservice by mispronouncing his name, but it's Justin, D-Y-C-K, Dick or Dyke. Sorry for the mispronunciation, but you guys should go check out Justin because he's a heck of a director who did some really nice stuff in this. He is known for directing, from what I was reviewing and what I saw, he directs a lot of Christmas films. This film is not a Christmas film, and this shows his diversity in this movie. Written by Keith Cooper and starring Sheila McCarthy, Julian Richings, and Constantina Martelos. Basically, it is the story you find out in the first 30 seconds of the movie that it's the story of Henry and Audrey Walsh, who are a satanic sort of couple, an old, happily married grandmother-grandfather style couple who are just hanging out in their house, and you find out in the first 30 seconds of this film, it starts very hot, that Henry and Audrey have kidnapped a woman and have locked her in their bedroom. And you find out very early in this film that they are doing that because they want to do a reverse exorcism. They want to get their lost grandson back. Their grandson has passed away, and they are trying to get the spirit of their grandson kind of implanted into this pregnant woman in such a way that, with cult-like measures, that they can bring their grandson back through a reverse exorcism to have him born through this pregnant woman. So this could have been taken a lot of ways. This film could easily have been a slapstick comedy, over-the-top, ridiculous kind of farce comedy. It was taken with a serious tone, with small comedic elements of dark humor and rough times. I love the tone of this film. This film kind of does a lot of subgenre blending in horror. It starts out as one thing, and you think you kind of know exactly what it's going to be. It starts off down the line. Okay, standard exorcism film, standard satanic cult stuff. You're going to see rituals, you're going to see dark lighting, stuff like that. And it winds up going in veering in different directions that keep you guessing the entire time. I don't often find myself going, what is going on here, in a positive way. Usually when I'm questioning the tone of the film, that is because the film is losing me as a viewer and I'm not interested. In this case, I didn't know where the film was going in a very positive direction. There are a lot of twists that are not just there for the sake of twists, they are there for the story device, and they enhance it as it goes along and keeps you on your toes. Henry and Audrey, very good characters. Again, they're a grandmother-grandfather who have lost their grandson and use the powers of Satanism, basically, to bring back their grandson through another woman's pregnancy. Henry is a doctor who deals with pregnancy, and he uses those patients to try and find the ideal candidate to harbor his grandson's spirit. He finds one, and the terror ensues. Without spoiling anything, really, this is in the trailer, and I think you see this pretty quickly in the film, that as soon as the deal with Satan kind of happens and things don't go exactly as planned, that, of course, means that Satan has other plans for this couple as well, and you get a bunch of kind of poltergeisty, kind of conjuring, you kind of get into the different demons and ghosts that can be unleashed, and that's when just all the different stuff ensues. You got jump scares in this, you have some terrifying imagery. On top of the twists and the way this is shot, I really enjoy how it's shot. The lighting is dark without being too dark, and when things get tense, they're really tense. Some of these ghosts are ghosts you cannot forget about. You've got contortionist ghosts, you have ghosts with teeth issues. The visuals in this film and the use of different kinds of ghosts really ratchet up the tension and terror in this film. Some of these scenes are so well built, and the tension is paced out just right. Like I said before, too, the story starts hot, and it's a 97-minute movie, and it feels even less of that. The pacing is really good. It starts off very strong, showing you what's going on. It jumps into really good flashbacks that give you some character context, and then it jumps forward right into the different devices they use to scare you in this film. The jump scares don't feel cheap. The ghosts and stuff are not just your standard ghosts. They mix up a lot. There's a lot of diversity in this film. Really enjoy the main two characters that are played here by Sheila McCarthy and Julian Richings. Very, very solid acting across the board. These two especially stand out. I mentioned before the moments of dark comedy, just the grandparents trying to understand modern lingo and modern people and modern technology make for some really good dark comedic moments, but they don't overstay their welcome. They make the jokes and they get out, so it's not taken too farcically. They keep the tone really serious with the dark comedic moments coming in at the right time. There's another recurring ghost that comes in and kind of makes a dark joke as they come in, and it also lands very well in this script. The script is cleverly written, the pacing is very good, and the diversity of the ghosts and the harboring of danger is always around every corner. The tension is there. It is very, very well written. Again, Justin Dick or Justin Dyke, I'm sorry I can't pronounce that correctly, and Keith Cooper did a wonderful job as the director-writer team on this. I just really, really enjoyed it overall. I love scripts that have seemingly good, everyday, ordinary people doing bad things. And that's what my films are about. When people ask me, what do you direct and what do you write for your films and your theater and your books? My themes that I write about always surround around people change people and events change people. What would a good person have to go through to do something bad, or vice versa? What would a bad person do to defend their family or help somebody they need to help? You know, what would a good person have to do something bad for someone or something they love? So you have these really quiet, nice, seemingly old folks doing something really out of the ordinary for something they think is good, but causing harm along the way. And who will survive and what becomes of the characters that do survive. It's the old Texas Chainsaw Massacre mantra. I love seeing characters go through tremendous pains and seeing what comes out at the end of them. And Anything for Jackson explores that. So there's a lot of depth to characters here. There's a lot of good reasoning here. And again, there's something for everybody in this. You've got ghosts, you've got evil intentions, you've got some black comedy, you've got some good acting. The sound design is solid, the tension is good. I would recommend this movie. And again, it was in my top 10 of 2020. I've got it at number 6. And I think maybe it should have been even a little bit higher, if not for some really good end of the year entries for 2020. So this is one of those underrated films. It's about an hour and a half. It's 97 minutes exactly. It's on Shudder right now, so if you've got Shudder, go check it out. It is well worth your time. It's one of those watches you never expected or heard much about. It slipped under the radar, but it is well worth seeing. So if you've seen that film, tell me in the comments below what you think about it. What other kind of films like this, what other Shudder exclusives or under-the-radar horror films would you like to see me review? If you like these deep dive reviews and you like the way I break these films down, please like, share, and subscribe, and talk to me in the comments and keep pushing these videos up toward the top so I get some recognition. It is hard to get this YouTube channel to grow, so thank you guys. I'll be doing a few more of these 2020 late horror film reviews, so please keep checking back with future videos, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, horror fans. Stay scared.